Hi, in this video I'll be showing you these two wet and dry vacuum cleaners. First of all, we've got the Narwal S30, then we've got the sister flagship model, the Narwal S30 Pro. In this video what I want to do is to first of all get them unboxed, give a demonstration of the Narwal S30 Pro and some of the comparisons between the two models. Just before I start, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up, click subscribe. There's quite a lot to talk about. I've just unboxed the Narwal S30 just to get that first one out of the way, and let's have a look to see what is in the box of the S30 Pro. Now, at this time of recording, this is a new model to the market. I must say, I've been hearing a bit about this and I'm actually really excited to talk about these. So we've got the handle first of all, and then we've got the charger. Just pop all these bits to the side. Something I do comment on a lot in my video when I talk about unboxing is the packaging that it arrives in, and I must say I'm really impressed because a lot of it is this brown cardboard, so a lot of the packaging is recyclable, so well done Narwal. And this is the main body of the vacuum. So this is genuinely the first time I've seen these, and I must say I really like the styling of this. So you've got it's a black and grey finish of the S30 Pro, and the white one is the S30. So it's very easy to not get them confused. There's quite a few different accessories here. I'll just take these out of the box for now, and then I'll cover these a little bit later. Then we've got the base. Let's just pop that under there. I'm just running out of space a little bit. What else have we got? So we've got quite a thick user manual, and we've got a quick guide as well. And we've got a cheeky little cleaning brush, could be quite useful. And we've also got a spare roller here, and looks like a spare filter as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put everything to one side, then we can start to talk about the vacuums themselves. Although today I'll be concentrating on the S30 Pro, a lot of the features between the two are very similar, but also there's quite a few differences as well. Apart from the colour, so as I mentioned earlier, the S30 arrives in white and the S30 Pro arrives in this really sleek looking grey colour. Both models have got 20,000 PA of suction, so plenty of suction to get any nasty wet or dry messes up off your floor. Now on both models you have something called an anti-tangle dual comb, and that really helps if you get hair wrapped around the roller, which can be an issue if you've got either pets with long fur or if you've got other family members that have got long hair that could get wrapped around it, so that can really help. And the S30 Pro has a unique feature called auto hair cutting, and essentially what it will do, while it's in the dock, it will actually cut the hair if it has got wrapped around the roller. And personally, I think that kind of feature is fantastic because I've used many cleaners over the years where you have to take a lot of it apart. So to try and make life easier is always going to be a winner for me. Both models feature a self-cleaning function that's within the dock. Also, they feature iron drying as well. The temperature at which they do that varies depending on the model. On the S30, that goes up to 176 degrees Fahrenheit. S30 Pro, quite a bit hotter, 194 degrees Fahrenheit. Both models, when it comes to vacuuming, you can actually get very low with both of them. I'll show you this in a moment. But if you needed to get quite low, then they go to 180 degrees, so it's nice and flat against the floor. Also, when it comes to going around corners, 63 degrees is the angle in which you can rotate it to get a nice sharp turn. What can be really frustrating with other wet and dry vacuum cleaners is having everything contained within the tank when it comes to emptying it. Now what I mean by this is that Narwal have already thought about it, and what happens is that it will separate the liquid and any other particles. So if you have got things like hair or other, say, random bits of debris in here, then it will actually separate the liquids and the other parts as well. So all of the, I suppose, main parts will fall onto this part, and then all the liquids will fall into the bottom. So when it comes to emptying the liquid, you can just go to your sink and empty that, or to a drain, and then get rid of any other bits in here. Another difference between the two is you've got the auto detergent dispensing on the S30 Pro. Also, the runtime of the vacuums, although it's very similar, you've got up to 55 minutes on the S30 and then 60 minutes on the S30 Pro. Just around the back of the vacuum is where the clean water tank is. So just by pulling that off, just take that out and then go and fill it up with clean water. So what I want to do is to give you some demonstrations now. Now hopefully you can see here, I've just put some rice on the corner here. What I want to do is I want to show you, first of all, the performance of it picking up rice, and also to show you how easy it is to go around the corner. So let's have a go. Now what I was so impressed at there, because that's genuinely the first time I've used it, is how easy it was to move. Also, it actually helped me to move along on the floor as well. So if you do suffer with your hands, or if you need something that's a little bit more lightweight, then this is definitely a model I'd consider. Next on the floor, I've just put some breakfast cereal. Now you'll find with this that sometimes it can be quite difficult to get up, especially with some models. You have also got a boost button, so just on the handle of the vacuum itself, you can just pull the trigger and it will increase the suction. So what I'll do is I'll do that for part of it, just to see how well we get on. I must admit, we didn't actually need the boost button for that. It performed very well on its own. When you're cleaning, if you wanted to use some of the detergent, then all you need to do is just push off this front panel, and then just on the right hand side here, just put some of the detergent in there. There we go. And then just pop this back on. So there's a couple of wet tests. On the right hand side here, we've got some coffee that I've accidentally spilt on the floor, and on the left hand side here, I've got some ketchup. Now some of the vacuums that I've tried in the past have struggled, especially with the ketchup. All it does is it tends to smear it around the floor. So I'm going to be quite interested to see how we get on with the S30 Pro. Now that was definitely not an issue, and part of the reason I only went over part of the ketchup to start with was I just wanted to see whether it was going to smear it or not, and it certainly didn't, because hopefully you could see there was a definitive line across the ketchup as I pulled it back, and then I went all the way across. But I must admit, I'm so impressed with that. So just show you in here, so I have done a couple of tests so far, and as you can hopefully see, I did show you earlier that the liquid is separate to some of the things like the cereal halfway up here. Now, I didn't read the instructions fully, I will admit. If you follow me on YouTube for a while, you know that is quite a forte of mine, that I don't really read the instructions all the time. And what I should have done is I should have inserted this. This is called a waste separation bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to empty the liquid out and then just going to insert this. So to insert it, nice and easy, you just need to follow the little channels along here and then clip the top two parts into place. Just pull that little tab out just so it makes it a lot easier to remove it when it's full. But now what I'm going to do is just to put it all back together, and then I'm going to do another test. You'll notice the challenges I've provided for the vacuum so far are either dry or wet. I've done cereal and rice, and that did really well. Also, the wet challenges with the ketchup and coffee, that worked really well as well, really impressed. Now what I want to do is I want to do a mixture of dry and wet together. And what I want to do is I've just pouring some milk on the floor here. This seems quite odd to do this. And I've just put a chair in the middle here just to show how versatile the cleaner is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the AI mode, and hopefully you'll hear the difference in the suction increase or decrease depending on what's being sucked up. So let's see how well we get on. And yet again, really impressed with that. Hopefully having the chair in the way showed you how versatile it was. And I must admit, I thought it's just so easy moving it around the leg of the chair. So the next test for the vacuum, and I think this will be a really good test, is to see how well it performs when it comes to vacuuming up hair. Now for a lot of people, if you've got pets in the house that molt a lot, or even if you've got other family members where they molt too, so if you get a lot of their hair around the house or on the floor, then this could be a real winner. Now I've tried quite a few vacuums over the years, whether it's dry vacuums or wet and dry, and not many have succeeded at this kind of challenge. So this will be really interesting. But this vacuum, so the S30 Pro and the S30, both feature something called an anti-tangle dual comb. And basically the dual comb scrapes off the hair on the roller as it gets pulled onto the suction port, preventing it from tangling during the rotation. It also helps guide the hair smoothly into the suction port and then into the dirty water tank. Now this, so what I've got is I've got some normal dry hair just here. I've got some of the same hair, but this is damp, and also I've just got some shorter hair. What I also want to do after I vacuum the hair up is just to show you how low the vacuum can go. So if you've got an area that needed to be vacuumed under, and if it's quite low, then again this could be the vacuum of choice for you. Anyway, let's get on with the little hair challenge.
Area cleaning detected. Adjusting suction power automatically.
So now that I've vacuumed all the hair up, first of all I was really impressed how easily it got the hair up. That was not even a little challenge for it. But if I just take the top off, then you'll see that there is some of the hair wrapped around here. Now it's not all of it, so some of it has gone straight into the bin, and I can see that just having a quick look around the back. What I want to try now is the auto hair cutting feature, and basically within the base, just around the back here, it's got a little cutter, and what this will do is this will cut off the tangled hair from around the roller. Well, in theory, but we're going to give this a bit of a go in a moment. Basically what happens is the roller spins back and forth to pull the hair in using the 20,000 PA hyper suction. So that's the description that Narwal have given. But I think as I say, the proof is in the pudding. So just pop this on here. So clearly that worked really well, and it's cut the hair from around the roller, and that's gone into the bin now. But what I didn't show you was the blade cutting the hair off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set that mode going again, obviously without the hair around the roller, but hopefully to catch the blade running across the front of the roller.
Start hair cutting.
There we go, you can just see the blade running across the front of the roller. As you can see, you do get a spare roller with the S30 Pro compared to the S30. Now you will find, if you wanted to take this out and to change it, ever so easy, all you need to do is just press that in at the side to move that out of the way, and then you just need to pull that out, and that is it. So that's taken the old roller out, and all you need to do is just take that out and then pop it in the other side, and then you're ready to go with your spare roller. I've given you several demonstrations to show you how well it performs, but what I'm interested in is how easy is it to keep clean and well maintained. Because with any product like this, it's very easy to get it dirty, but what you don't want to do is to use a product like this and then put it away in the cupboard, because when you come to use it next time, it might be a bit smelly. So, just show you on the back. So around the back, I did show you that I've just inserted the waste separation bag. Now if I take this off, you can see that the bag has contained all of the cereal in there. So I could take it out, and let's just pop that to one side a moment. So just show you that everything is contained within there. So that makes life so much easier. And with the S30 Pro, you do get 10 of these bags. And with the S30, you get 5 of the bags included. One of the final things to show you is how easy it is to enable the self-cleaning function. Now, with a lot of wet and dry cleaners, the most frustrating thing isn't so much using it or the performance, it's how easy is it to clean and maintain. Now, Narwal have already thought about this, and on this model, so the S30 Pro and the S30 actually, you've got something called self-cleaning function. Now on this model, the S30 Pro, it'll heat up to 194 degrees Fahrenheit, and what it will do after it's finished the cleaning process, then it has something called iron drying. And what this will do, this is a high temperature that will again heat up to 194 degrees Fahrenheit, and what it will do is it prevents odours and prevents bacteria growth, offering a more hygienic solution. So what I've done is I've just taken the top off again, just to show you that just before I start, it is quite damp, this, because hopefully you can see that. And what I'm going to do is, after it's finished doing the whole cleaning process, and it's enabled the self-cleaning, the iron dry function, then I'm just going to pop another piece of kitchen roll to show you how dry it is. So nevertheless, I'm just going to start it through the self-cleaning mode.
Self-cleaning and iron drying started. Smart detection in progress.
So just been through the cleaning process, and what it's doing now is it's just going through the heating process, and hopefully within a moment or so, then this will be nice and dry.
Self-cleaning complete. Clean dirty water tank to avoid bacterial growth.
So now it's finished the whole process. It's finished the cleaning and also the iron drying, as Noel will call it. Now let's see. So that does feel pretty dry. Let's have a look. So I've got a clean piece of kitchen roll, and hopefully you can see there, that is absolutely bone dry. If you're impressed as I am with these, and if you're thinking of purchasing one, I have provided a couple of links below to show you where to get them at competitive prices. Hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Narwal S30 and the S30 Pro wet and dry vacuum cleaner. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up, click subscribe, leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. Now I know there's a huge amount I could show you. I could spend hours giving you different demonstrations, going into all the little features that both of these offer, but all I wanted to do was to provide an overall view of the two vacuums. I know I've given you a demonstration of the S30 Pro because that's the flagship model, but a lot of the features and benefits are very similar to the S30. I mentioned some of the differences earlier, but nevertheless, hopefully it's been quite informative learning about the two models. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for joining me today. Now those were a treat and got rid of the hair around the roller, but what I didn't catch was the blade in action slicing across to get rid of the hair. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you